So last year, my life changed for the better and I found a lot of contentment, and this is the recipe on everything that went into the pot of that happiness and contentment.
As you know, I recently left the hustle and bustle of London and moved back to my homeland of Wales. But not to the city life of Cardiff where I grew up, but the peaceful surroundings of the rural countryside. I think this move came subconsciously. I was guided out of the city, longing for a sense of freedom and peace. Over recent years, my mental stability has been a bit of a roller coaster. Along with your general personal issues, there has always been great highs followed by big lows. When running any business, there's often a feeling of great pressure on your shoulders. Plus, it's made harder when you're doing things in the public eye. And being in the city, the claustrophobic feeling of London, especially during lockdown after lockdown, didn't help at all. Instantly, when I reached my new home and saw the natural beauty, the flowing Welsh hills full of vibrant shades of green, red kites flying above me, and my new furry neighbours, a sense of adventure set in. After all my life I'd lived in cities. Rain or sun, being outside in the open has been healing, and nothing more so than gardening and growing my own food. On my short journey growing my own food, with tips that I learned in the University of YouTube, I've been blown away by the joy it's brought to my life. And looking at the research, this isn't something that I have just found. Gardening has been shown to help people suffering with depression thanks to the promotion of mindfulness that gardening gives. When you're gardening, you're simply living in the moment, focusing on the task at hand, connecting with nature and engaging nearly all of your senses. This frees your mind completely and in turn lowers stress levels and improves your mood. Growing food feels so natural and easy to do.
So when I first moved in, I actually planted some potatoes. I'd never grown potatoes before. I did visit a couple of potato farms in a few previous videos, but I've always wanted to grow them because I knew they were quite simple, but I still didn't expect them to grow. But I'm finding gardening is actually, or growing your own food, is actually easier than I thought, and it becomes actually quite natural. So let's see if we've got any potatoes right now. These are the potato plants. It was just a tiny little area that I just dug up and put some compost in and put some potatoes in there, and they've grown. I've also got a Jerusalem artichoke that I planted too. That's this plant. We're going to go for the potatoes today. So let's have a look. I actually dreamt last night that I was picking these potatoes and they were like this big, but these are probably going to only be tiny new potatoes, which is what I want for this recipe that I'm going to make. So let's dig down and see if we got any. Let's see. Oh yes, look at that already. There's a couple, and then there's another. Oh, look at that. Yes. This is amazing. Look, there's more. Gaz's potatoes. And look at that. We've got a dozen lovely new potatoes there to cook up. And that just shows how simple this is. All I did a few months ago was plant a sprouting potato that I got from the supermarket. And then a few months later, look what I've got. And there's so many more plants to go. So this is going to feed me now for a good few weeks or months. And this is the seed potato that I planted all those months ago. Let's see how good these taste. And when I say anyone can do this, anyone can literally do it, because I just done it, having never done it before. And if you haven't got any space, you can just do this in buckets or pots. Just get some large pots, pop a potato in, and in a few months, it would have turned into several potatoes.
What I've learned on this journey is that growing your own food can be done on any scale, even on the smallest of balconies, on windowsills, and the positives are endless. It's better for the environment, pesticide free, and you will end up eating healthier and fresher tasting produce. A big thing for me lately is to try and become more self-sufficient and less reliant on big corporate companies, and I feel growing my own food is a great step in the direction of taking back control. This new love for gardening is one of the main factors and ingredients into the pot of my newfound happiness and contentment, something I've been searching for some time. So this is your call to get growing food this year. Come back to this video in a year's time and tell me the benefits that you've experienced. So for my first harvest of homegrown potatoes, I'm going to cook them in a similar way to some potatoes that I had when I visited the beautiful Canary Islands a few years back. I'm going to salt crust them and serve mine topped with a chipotle butter. Simply place your new potatoes in a saucepan just covered with water and add a couple of tablespoons of sea salt. Let the water bubble away over a medium heat until it's pretty much evaporated, and this will leave this unbelievable salt crust around the potatoes.
They cook beautifully. Oh my god. Unbelievable. Chipotle butter. Vegan butter, of course. I can't believe I grew these. Let's give them a taste. I grew this. You can too. And it's therapeutic and fun, and these taste unbelievable. Easy to do as well.
One of the biggest advantages of growing your own food is it can save you money. The price for a packet of seeds is almost the equivalent to what you would pay for a single vegetable or fruit at the shops. Plus you can grow organic vegetables for a fraction of the cost from those bought at the shops.
Oh, bro, they've twisted. Look at that. It's like me and my ex. Wow.
The next ingredient into my happiness pot has been making time for regular exercise, and helping me stay consistent, I decided to set myself some challenges and goals. My first challenge was to take part in the London Marathon last October, and having that goal to do well in the marathon gave me the drive to make sure I showed up and worked out regularly. But to be honest, after any run, wherever you are, the high you feel after is simply unbeatable. The world sparkles a little differently after experiencing runner's high. Exercise in turn also motivates me to be healthier food-wise. After a great workout, the last thing I want to put in my body is unhealthy foods.
1001, 1002. Oh, hi guys, sorry. Just doing a few exercises there. Welcome to Gaz's gym. AKA the torture chamber. My dad and I turned the garage into the gym, mainly because I live so far away from an actual gym to go and use, and I put so much value on working out and exercising. It does so much for my mental health, and when I don't, I get into a bit of a rut, to be honest with you. And whoever's staying at my house, friends, family, I get them in here with me doing the killer circuit, a circuit that I've designed that will make you feel very uncomfortable. It's tough, it's hard work, but if you can face that discomfort in the gym, then you can face anything out there in the real world. That's my sort of motto. So I'll give you a little tour. Stop number one on the tour. This is the squat rack, but I can pretty much do everything on this, which is amazing. Pull-ups, cable, rows, squats, everything, bench. You can do everything on this. So I was really happy to get this one. There's an X-Display model as well, which is great. So I got quite a good price. Got the lovely flooring too, which I'm very impressed of. It makes me so proud being in here, knowing that me and my dad actually built this. It fills me with a lot of pride and joy. And when I'm in here, if there was a secret camera in here watching me, they'd think I was nuts because I'm dancing around. I'm so happy being in this space. It brings me so much joy. Boxing is a big part of my life, not only my favourite sport to watch, but also I love to take part myself. So I've got a few different boxing bags, and not only is it good for your cardio, but it's also good to get your frustrations out. That's why I love boxing so much. I actually like to think of it as a bit of meditation for me, because I can really get all the stresses out with a punch, and you don't have to punch anyone, you can punch a bag, so it's great. So having the big squat rack means I didn't need to get a lot of other equipment really. Lots of it's free weights, so just need a bar and the weights. But I did get some boxes, because box jumps are amazing for you, and ropes. Ropes are the best workout ever. Get them in your little garage, gym, or whatever you have in your garden, attach them to a tree. Ropes are the best form of exercise in my opinion for your arms, your back, cardio, everything. Got some dumbbells too, which are always handy. That was my home gym. This is something that I'm going to take with me wherever I move. If I stay here forever or if I go to a different place, this will just all come with me. It's a life investment. I'll never need to join a gym ever again, and my family and friends can use this as well, which is great. This is a big part of my mental health, strength and my contentment, this gym, and I'm so happy to have it. And thanks so much to my dad. Shout out to my dad for helping me build this.
So obviously my main passion in life has always been cooking, and it's basically been a support mechanism for as long as I can remember. Being able to express my creativity is a great outlet, and it's a lot like gardening in the sense that you get your creative juices flowing and it's so therapeutic. But putting my homegrown fresh produce to the forefront of my dishes is something I've really enjoyed. I've cooked in some incredible restaurants, but nothing has topped picking my homegrown vegetables and cooking it a couple minutes later. It's inspired me to have a vegetable garden next to my future restaurant. When I walk around my veg garden to pick out some fresh veg to cook with, it's like going on one of the most exciting shopping trips ever. And today I'm going to pick some candied beetroot to make a lovely pickle with, which I'm going to serve on top of some sauteed Swiss chard with some garam masala running through it and some lovely Paris market carrots. So to make the pickle, all you need to do is grab a saucepan and fill it with some vinegar, some sugar, some sea salt, whole peppercorns, coriander seeds, fennel seeds and star anise. Then bring it to a light simmer so everything infuses beautifully. Meanwhile, I'm going to slice my candied beetroot on a mandolin really fine, and also slice an onion and some chili. Then, once the vinegar is infused, I stir through the beetroot, onion and chili and let it sit there for a while, then transfer it into a bowl.
I cannot believe I just picked these out of the ground and I planted this beetroot. It was a little seed just a few months ago, and look how beautiful they are. This will now last for about 3 to 4 months in a sealed container in my fridge, but this definitely won't last longer than a week. Pickled beetroot done. So chard, this is one of my favourite greens, and it's not that common. We don't eat enough of it in my opinion. You can eat the stalk and that's got this sort of earthy flavour, and the leaf is just like a better spinach, I must say. My favourite way of eating it is to saute it with some tomatoes, chilli and some lemon and garlic. I'm also going to throw in some of my baby Paris market carrots too, and I'm also going to pick some baby red onions. And then a sprinkling of garam masala. That combination of spices with the fresh vegetables is just amazing, and I could eat it all day long.
Now I can definitely still improve certain aspects of my life, and something I'm going to do more this year is socialise and try and build more of a community. I am a bit of a hermit in the sense that I love my own company, but relationships with friends, family and building new relationships is what life is all about. I have a very small tight-knit group of friends who I'm lucky to get the chance to work with, and when we're together it is simply the best. So that's my goal this year, to be more social. And in 22, my plan is to take my love for gardening to the next level and expand my vegetable garden even further, growing an abundance of food that I can preserve and eat all year round, plus supply my friends, family, neighbours and maybe even my restaurant. But I'm not going to say any more on that just yet.
So it's 2022 now, and I want to take this opportunity to thank you guys so much for all your support throughout 2021. It was a tough year for the channel, but I feel like Tom and I created some of the best content that we've ever put out there, and the videos that we have uploaded I feel so proud of. especially because it's been a learning journey for myself, incorporating the gardening into the cooking videos, and we've gone on some epic adventures as well on the channel too. So if you haven't watched any of the 2021 videos, then please go back and watch them. It's some of my proudest work. And I just want to say thank you so much for every like, share, comment, your subscriptions, your follows on social media. It really means the world. Keep recreating the recipes. Hopefully I've inspired you to grow some food too. And whilst I got you, I'm going to give away 2 copies of my most recent cookbook, Plants Only Kitchen, signed. All you need to do is comment on this video which video of mine was your favorite during 2021. And leave your Instagram, or if you don't have Instagram, your email address, and I'll contact you. I'll contact the 2 lucky winners on either email or Instagram. So thank you again for all your support, and I'll see you soon with a new epic video. Bye bye.